Hello, everybody. It's a lovely Sunday, and I'm back on your screens. I'm excited. I haven't really prepared anything to share, but you know, like these few days have been, say, an eye opener for me, and so I want to share the experiences of being at media camp and the things that I have learned, these couple of days. So, at media camp, a lot has been shared. Like I said, a lot has been shared because this is the final day of camp. And I mean, although I'm not physically present, I have, greatly received this impact of the things that have been shared. And I want to also pass it on to fellow Christians out there, fellow soldiers, fellow soul winners out there. You know, the people that have taught us or that have spoken to us during these past days have actually shared their journey, their walk before and after meeting Christ, and how important it is for them to have been saved. They talked about their life experiences, where their lives were headed towards, and when Christ reached out to them and then called them into his marvelous light, and how their lives were transformed by this separation from the world that came to them when they received Christ. And I've just been thinking about my salvation story. Okay, I've been thinking about how, I was, and all the things that happened to me during my walk, and the unsteady roads, the paths, everything that has you know made me who I am, and that has brought me to this point where I'm able to even talk about Christ to other people. And I just, think back to the times when I didn't know Christ, or when I lost the way, when I was backslidden, and I didn't know how to get back, and his saving grace found me. And I look at my salvation story, and I'm so filled with gratitude. I don't know how else to put it. I'm so filled with gratitude. And so I'm like, what if somebody also needs this? What if somebody is dying within themselves and also needs that saving grace, needs that saving hand to reach out to them, because I know where I was. I know at what point I was drowning, and where I'd got into, and when I thought all hope was lost, and yet his saving power reached me and picked me out of that very shallow place that I was in, very dark place that I was in, and how I'm super grateful for that saving grace. And I'm thinking, what if somebody's out there and needs this kind of miracle of salvation in their lives, And I mean, if that kind of story, or if you've experienced this thing, okay, you would understand the importance of reaching out to others. Understand the importance of talking to people about God's love, because God has done his part of the salvation story. He's done his part. He's given his son to die for everybody, and it's our turn to believe and receive this free gift of salvation. But then how would the people know if there are no persons preaching to them? How would they hear? How would they get to know the saving grace if there are no people out there speaking to them about God's will and about God's love for them and about God's saving grace? How would they know when somebody's not reaching out to the depths, snatching them from the fire? And I mean, it's really been an impactful session at camp, and I just want to encourage all Christians out there. You might know the person, you might not know the person, you might know somebody's going through some form of depression, you might not know, but salvation cannot be taken lightly. And even if you can't go out there speaking to the people about Christ, say some prayer for people out there, that the salvation of Christ would reach their ears, that they would come to the saving knowledge of Christ. You cannot overestimate or underestimate the power of intercessory prayers, for the salvation of all men, because it's God's very own heartbeat that people would come to the saving knowledge of Christ, that people would turn away from their bad ways and come to his kingdom. That is the salvation story. That is the redemption he gave to the people, the descendants of Adam. And we cannot just look overlook this. We cannot just look away. We cannot just turn a blind eye. People are really suffering out there. They might not tell you what they're going through, but people are drowning. I can say from my own experience, if God didn't reach out to me through the people that came to me along the way, through the people that prayed for me along the way, then I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be who I am. I would be broken, hurt, drowning, And so it's really important that we reach out to these people. And I just want to encourage everybody to do their parts as Christians. I'll also share another message for those who do not know about being born again, those who do not know Christ, those who have not experienced this true birth, and hopefully somebody would give their lives to Christ and experience this glorious transformation that comes with. It is my prayer that we take this to heart and that we would compel, preach, pray for others, that they will also receive that which we have received, that which we can be proud of, that which we can boast of, the salvation of Christ that we have come to receive, His righteousness and His love. It's my prayer that we would understand and that we would be partakers of this divine assignment that Christ has given us. This is Motivational TV, and I am Delphina Daku, your host. Bye.